a little bit early, so I'll just chat for a bit. Let me just see if I can pick this up on my computer. I should be able to, hopefully. Not yet. No one there yet. Mind you, 2 minutes early. I had a wonderful game of golf this morning, and as a result it looks like my handicap is going to be dropped. So the chances of winning the money next week are remote, but we'll do our best. So I'll just wait and see if there's anybody going to join us on the thread. I can't see where. I can get it up on my thing. Oh, hang on a minute. It looks like, oh, hang on. It says I can't see it on my one. Well, I don't know whether you lot can see it, but I thought we would been able to sort of pick something up on. Because obviously you can see something because I've got a message here with Roger Green, but it says this content isn't available at the moment. I think your file may have expired. So, oh dear. If anyone's on there, can they sort of contact me on? Just send me a message or tag me on or something to say whether there's anything happening or not, because I can't see anything on anyone having joined, and there's obviously are because this comment's been made. So if not, I'll just have to rejig it all. But I've got some really good stuff for you today. Yeah, there's another one, so just reacting to my video, but I can't get any questions from you. So what you'll have to do then, because it's not showing me anything on any questions or anything. Right, well, you can see and hear me, okay? If you've got any questions at all, if you just put them in as a private message and I'll do it. Okay, now it seems like there's a few people there now because people are making contact. So good afternoon everybody, and I've got some great information for you today. I posted the other day about people having trouble sleeping. Now, your whole life is built around your thoughts and your mindset, and I'll just give you a little bit of background on your mind, your conscious and your subconscious mind, because this is relevant to the program that we're going to talk about in a minute. Now, your conscious mind can only solve a problem if it's got 100% of the data. That means that if you put the words "what if" into your question, it can't solve it. So that creates what we call circular thought, which goes round and round and round in your head, and your brain can't solve that situation for the simple reason that it's not actually a situation. It's just something that you've thought of. If that happens, what can happen? So your actual conscious mind cannot deal with it. So you've got to get rid of that stuff as quickly as possible. The stuff that your mind can't actually work out, get rid of it as quick as possible. And this is basically, in my previous talks, I've told you the 2 questions that you need to stop circular thought. And that is, have I done everything I can? Is there anything else I can do? And if you answer yes and no to those 2 questions, then you must subdue that thought, because it's that is where your depression comes from, that's where your stress comes from, that's where your anxiety comes from. It's your conscious mind trying to solve a situation that doesn't actually exist. So we go one step further and we go into the subconscious mind that doesn't need to know all the data, because that is your creative part. That hasn't got to solve anything. That's not got to drive cars or do anything like that. So it doesn't need this binary system of absolutely sticking to yes and no. So your subconscious then is creative, and it goes on, and that's why when you're on holiday you get so much information that, where did that come from? Well, that's because your subconscious mind is going into the future without worry or fear about what will happen, and that is where all the really good creative stuff comes from. So someone said to me the other day, which was a very valid point, they said that if your mind, your conscious mind, needs all the data before it makes a decision, before it can make a decision, how come a gambler that puts a bet on and doesn't know what the result is going to be, how come he can make that decision? Well, what you've done is you've foreshortened the situation, and it's exactly the same as you saying, what if this happens, if that happens, you can't solve it. So the gambler just says, am I going to have a bet or am I not going to have a bet? So that situation is complete. He's either going to have a bet or he's not going to have a bet. So he has a bet, and then he says he'll deal with whatever happens when it happens, which is what you should do with any decision you make. Any decision you've made, I will deal with the results of making that decision as and when they happen, and you'll find that you'll relax an awful lot more. Now, here's a quick little something. This is all getting you ready for the sleep thing. Don't worry, it's coming. Your brain is a computer, and anyone who knows, and I've checked this with computer people, a computer works on what's called a binary system. That means that it has yes or no, and I think it's 0 or 1, but effectively it can only have two situations. It's either yes or no. Okay, so your mind, your brain is a powerful computer. Particularly your conscious mind is a powerful computer. So it can only deal in yes/no answers. Now this is the problem, is when you start getting stress and depression and all the other things associated with it, is that we're so clever that we've got the best computer in the world that works on a binary system, which is yes, no, and what happens? We put in maybe, what if? So no wonder that it can't do its job. So get in the habit of making decisions on a yes, no basis, right? And if it's not a simple yes, no answer, then you've got to sort of really give it some thought of whether it's something that you need to make a decision on, or whether you say, yes, I'll make the decision now and I'll deal with what happens later. So there's a little bit of background. There's no questions come through yet. If anyone could just PM me and just let me know that there's still something happening, because I've got nothing on there, how many people or any questions or anything. So I'm not I'm not able to sort of be interactive about this, but perhaps we'll do it some other time, or we can do it, you know, private messages. I'll let you know. So how does this work when you're going to sleep? Okay. Everyone has periods of time where they toss and turn, where they keep trying to go over and over and over things in their mind, and they can't get to sleep because they're going over and over and over. That's your conscious mind. Okay, it just can't let you relax, because what you're trying to do is you are trying to solve a situation that doesn't actually exist. Okay, now this is so simple as everything that I do. I just work on it, take all the crap out of it. There's no technical stuff or anything. It's just I work this out, told people what to do, and it's worked for them. So what you do, in your mind, there is something that you know the result. Something really, really pleasant that's happened. Having your baby. Lovely, lovely experience, and you know what's happened. Me, I play golf and I go through the thing. I very rarely get past the first tee, the first green, when I sort of, if I ever do need to use this. Okay, so anything you can think of that is something that you really enjoy and something that you must know the answer. It can't be anything that you've got to start sort of worrying about. And as we talk about the holiday brain, you don't have any trouble thinking about your holiday, and that's not a bad one to do. That's where Worry-Free Island was invented, because it was a way where people could get onto that island very quickly, and it was little triggers that they sent in their brain, and it relaxed them just enough to do the bit. So there you are, you're lying, lying in bed, and your mind's going round and round and round and round, okay? Now you've got to make this conscious thought. Whatever it is you are thinking about with the what ifs, you've got to consciously park that. So you give your subconscious that problem. Whatever it is you're thinking of, you say, I commit it to my subconscious, because your brain doesn't sleep, you know that. It works all the time. So that's why you can be thinking of something in the evening, and the next day always have a pad by your bed so you can jot things down. So you commit that to your subconscious. Everything started coming up here now. So you commit that to your subconscious. Then you go and get your lovely experience, whether it's you're thinking of your holiday, okay, and you can take that through, because you can just take that through to an ending that you want. Anything at all that is really, really something you enjoy, whether it's a hobby, whether it's been a holiday, whether it's, as I say, giving birth, you must know the result, or the result mustn't worry you. So if you're thinking about going on holiday, but best think about one that you've had, okay? I've also got some tapes that Val did a few years ago, so anybody who wants a tape, a relaxation tape, which gets you onto worry-free island, which is brilliant. No one's ever lasted all the way through this. It just sends you to sleep. It's brilliant. So if you want that, just private message me and say, please send me the relaxation tape. Okay, so there you are. You're now lying there in bed. You've got rid of the circular thought. You've got rid of the problem. You're lying there and you just think of the thing with the result. Now, the odds are that you won't be thinking for that too much once you go through the conscious thing. Now, don't expect this to sort of all of a sudden just work tonight. It will start working tonight, but as in everything, the more you do it, the better you get. Because you see, a lot of people that are watching this, they'll say, I don't think so, thanks a lot, Croz, but I don't think that will work. It does work. It's absolutely amazing, but you've got to do it. Then you might, if you've been having real trouble sleeping, you might get 2 or 3 hours where you haven't been getting any sleep at all, and then the next night, you see, because what happens when you've got trouble sleeping, your bed becomes a place where you don't want to go, and all of a sudden you're not looking forward to going to bed, you're doing anything. So I'm not going to go there and toss and turn all night. So what you're doing is you're actually getting yourself in a state before you get there. So what you've got to do is you've consciously got to say, I love my bed. My bed is the place where I rest my brain, where I rest my body, and I get up in the morning, and it's great. So make your bed your friend. When you're lying there with the circular thought going, get rid of the circular thought, okay? Park it, consciously give it to your subconscious, because it might even come up with a solution for you in the morning. Then you go and you get out of your library of lovely things that have happened in your life, and you just keep concentrating on that. And I'm telling you that eventually you master this and you'll get rid of all those sleepless nights. It's absolutely unbelievable. Okay, so that's a little treat there. Some bits and pieces. Now I can see the comments here. If there's anybody got any questions, you can give me a question. If there's no questions, then I'll have to let you all get on with your afternoons. Okay, so I don't know, as I say, this has been quite a funny thing for me, because it didn't show me if there was anyone listening or anything like that. But there you go. There is Uncle Croz's special. Yeah, lovely, Caroline, thank you. But that, listen, don't overthink this, don't overanalyze it. I don't know any bits and pieces about it. As I say, everything I've done is on just observation of what happens when you do things, and I'm telling you, this works. So if you're having trouble sleeping, give it a try and let me know. And anyone who wants the relaxation tape, because if you actually put that on with headphones, I guarantee you'll go to sleep. There is no way known you will sleep. I mean, it's not Val's voice being so boring, it's the fact that it's a beautiful tape and it's written to actually let you have a good night's sleep. So that's interesting. And whenever you see this, whenever you pick up on it, let me know. This is an ongoing thing. If you want that relaxation tape, you just private message me and I will send it to you. In fact, you better email me, because I don't think I should think it'll go as a file. I'm not sure on the thing. It's a music file. Sometimes they're a bit funny when you put them on Messenger. But if it doesn't go, then you'll be able to contact me. But that is something that you will absolutely be amazed by. I guarantee you won't be able to stay awake. But when you listen to this tape, it will just send you off into a beautiful sleep. Okay? So how do we email you for this? Right, worry-free UK. That's worry-free UK @gmail.com. And if you want that tape, that beautiful recording with music, beautiful. It's lovely. It's like going on holiday. And then once you got this thing, then you can bring this up in the day. If you've ever stressed, you bring this up as well. And it's all so simple, because what you've got to do is you've got to just relax your mind. As Brad put on the thing that we were talking this morning, it's all about slowing down, going 100 miles an hour. And like in every walk of life, you just got to slow down to the speed that's required, and then you see everything. Speed up when you need to, but be aware, right? So you've always got that little gear where you can overtake someone, and then just sort of settle down. But there's no need to go 100 miles an hour all the time. I have actually perfected the art of relaxing. I upset quite a few people because being so laid back. There's not an awful lot that winds me up now, okay? And it's a terrific state of mind to be in, but it didn't come overnight. I've had to work at it. I've had to work at how to solve these problems as they come in and just sort of filter them. But that's the basic thing. Remember your binary thing. If you can't give yes, no answer to a situation, then you haven't got all the data. It means that you can't get a solution. You'll have to go with, like the gambler, I'll deal with it when it happens. And in life, as Mark Twain said, worrying works. Because 99% of the things I worry about never bloody happen. And yet we go through our life, keep finding, what if this happens, what if that happens, oh God. And we drive ourselves insane, okay? So don't overanalyze things. There you go, there's the sleep method. Anyone who's joined late, replay it, and there's some real gold in there for you, because it will guarantee to give you a good night's sleep. And if you are having problems sleeping, it's because you are actually trying to solve things that don't exist. So make sure you know what you're doing. Park yourself in your brain, because that works all night. Even when you're asleep, your subconscious is still going. And sometimes, you know, it's just a case of parking it in there, switching off, and it will come up with a solution. Well, not a solution, but just an advice on what's the best way to go. So there you go. Thanks very, very much for joining me. And I'm looking forward to getting those emails requesting the relaxation tape. Any problems at all, contact me. You've got my email address, or private message me. And any problems in dealing with this or making it work, let me know and I'll sort it out for you. Sorry it's been a bit up and down, but I've only just got the thing on my screen telling me that there's anyone there. So lovely talking to you. We'll talk soon, and let me know how you get on with the sleep system. Great, see you later.